Everybody, how is everybody doing today? It is a beautiful day here in Denver, and you are watching The New Way of Business with Dan Beals. All right, so I got lots of things to talk to you about, and this is pretty exciting. Okay, so there's what I want to talk about today is education brings awareness. Okay, so education is a huge thing for me. I'm really all about talking. I'm really all about bringing awareness to everything. So when that comes to the customer side, and that also goes to the business side, because if you don't have awareness, no one's going to get educated, because you might be doing something wrong for a long time and you really might not know you're doing it wrong because you're afraid to ask somebody. And especially when it comes to having a business and owning it, you need to have those answers, and you need to be able to make sure that you can provide the answers to what's being asked. Okay, so what I want to talk about is educating your customers. Okay, so what is it you're doing to educate your customers? Do you want to educate your customers? Is it something that you feel is necessary? I would love to hear all of your comments. I really want you guys to get pretty active in this conversation, because this is, in my opinion, a big thing. Okay, so when it comes to educating your customers, so if you are making, let's say, how-to videos, if you are making just educational videos for your customers, okay, putting them on your website, putting them on your social media, putting them on Pinterest, putting them on wherever, okay, there's lots and lots of different places you could put that stuff. All right, so the how-tos, that's a really good place for Pinterest. If you're not sure how to, this is a very visual industry. So how do you find new customers? How do you educate your customers? What is it that you need to do? So what do you get when you get an educated customer? Okay, in my opinion, okay, if you have a educated customer, you're going to get someone that appreciates what you do. Okay, so a knowledgeable customer is going to know the hard work that you're doing. A knowledgeable customer is going to really appreciate what you're doing for them, because it's not easy. You're doing a lot, and it's nice to be known. All right. I was just watching one of Nick Saint's videos just the other day, and he was talking about, the different levels of customers, when you should those telltale signs of when you need to be dropping them, or, whether you want to hold on to them, if they're a nuisance, if they're constantly having problems, if they're constantly this, they're constantly that. Okay. A lot of times it's the uneducated customer that doesn't really know how to tell the difference between little Jimmy down the street mowing their lawn compared to a business and a business owner coming onto their property and handling their lawn properly, because you are the professional. Okay, so when it comes to the education, what should you educate your customer on? In my opinion, everything. Okay, so you might not agree with that. But I would like you to hear me out in the sense of this, okay? So if you are telling your customers about everything, watering cycles, fertilization cycles, aeration cycles, how to do it, what to buy, how to maintain their trees, how to maintain their bushes, whatever it is. Okay. So if you are telling your customer this stuff and you are providing the education, because it's very easy for you guys to be able to do that. Okay. So you record what you guys are doing, and then you guys can come back and you guys can do, talking overview, afterwards, and really explain things. Okay. So when you're providing this kind of education, are you potentially losing a customer? You could. You absolutely could, because I'm one of those type of people that like to do things myself. I've always managed my lawn myself. I've hired people to do it before, but I always regularly do it myself. Am I perfect at it? Absolutely not. I'm very new to this industry, and there's a lot. I've learned a lot in these past few months, and that I've been doing wrong for a long time. But then that's the education part. Okay. Usually the way I find out what I need in order for me to find out what it is that I need to educate myself. And usually what I do is I go to Pinterest. I Google it. I YouTube it. And are you guys the ones that are providing that information? Okay. Now, let me tell you this. If I am doing that and I find my local provider in my area is doing these YouTube videos that I'm watching for Denver specifically, for Cincinnati, for wherever you're at in the country. Okay. You put that in there. It's, there's a lot of things that could benefit you because it's going to bring education, and then the customer is going to value your opinion. Okay. Because you're giving them free information. You're giving them free information. Imagine what your paid information is. Okay. So when you're giving them free information and you're telling them how to do everything that your job entails, okay, you're going to get customers that thank you for it, that are doing it, that are going to ask your advice on things to do. And then you can potentially optimize this into new potential opportunities to where you can make more money in other ways through social media, also on top of your lawn care company. Okay. So when you're doing that kind of thing, it's very beneficial to you. Okay. Because you're providing a great knowledge. You guys are very knowledgeable. You guys have all sorts of information in those heads. And you know what? I ask a lot of questions. If you guys notice the questions that I ask in these groups, okay, they're very easy. They're very basic. But you know what? When I ask those questions, if you noticed, there is a million different answers. Okay. Everybody's in different areas. Everybody has different pricing. Everybody has different ways of doing things. Everybody has all sorts of different ways of going about it and conducting business. And that is absolutely the way it should be, because it is your business and you run it the way you want to. And so where I'm getting with this is, have you thought of starting your own YouTube channel? Have you thought of recording your industry? Here, I got Nick here. All right. So the questions are good. It helps get conversation rolling. All right. Yes, it helps get the conversation going. And then, I really like to get people to elaborate on their answers. Okay. So like this morning, I asked, basically the topic that we're going over right now. What type of tips and advice would you give a homeowner for their, servicing their own lawn? Okay. And a lot of people were hire a professional, which is a great answer, but that's everybody's answer. That's the same answer everybody wants to give. What is different about you? Okay. So when you are, saying, hey, you need to water. Okay. Elaborate a little bit more. Okay. How much do I need to water? Do I need to do once a week? Do I need to do twice a week? Do I need to water every other day? Do I need to water every single day? When you ask me, the non-professional, my mind can go everywhere with this, and I could ruin my lawn. I can overwater it. I can do all kinds of things, and I do need to hire a professional. Absolutely. That's a good way to have your business going. Okay. But there's more to that. Okay. So when I saw a lot of really good tips, I saw a lot of really good answers in there, and I love that. Okay. So when you're freely giving away information and you're being a transparent business, you're doing everything that's going to provide you the best way of finding customers. Okay. You might not be able to be nationwide, but it's not what you're trying to be. You're trying to be a local provider. When you start a YouTube channel, you put your specific area on there, and you can promote your YouTube channel. So when you're sending off quotes to customers, thanks Dan Beals, and then underneath, you have, like your company name, and then you have your YouTube channel name, and then you have your Facebook channel, and then you have your Pinterest, and then you have your Instagram on there. So all that stuff helps. All right. You don't just have to have your business name on there. You want people to go and see your YouTube. You want people to go and see your business. And this is the educational part. All right. So when you're educating people, it helps a lot. And I can't stress that enough, because I'm very big on asking the question that no one wants to ask. Okay. Because there's a lot of questions out there that are not necessarily frowned upon. It's just that, you think it's a stupid question because it should be common sense for where you're at. And, sometimes that's not fair, because you might be in the industry for a long time and really never have had that question answered, and you're doing things your way, and your way might not be wrong, but it's good to ask those questions sometimes. All right. So I want to bring up another piece that goes along with this whole education part. Okay. Hiring new employees. This seems to be a big problem all over the place. And now the thing is it's not just the service industries. It's not just lawn care. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. Okay. When you're hiring new employees, you got to understand what right now we're living in a great economy. We're living in a great economy. Everybody has a job. Everybody's got a job. Everybody is, they're employed. So how are you finding new employees? So when it comes to that, okay, so when you're trying to find new employees, this is something that I do a lot. I'm a hiring manager for my company that I'm at currently. And, you have to weed out a lot of people. All right. Just like with anything, you're going to have rollover. Just like with anything, you're going to have, employees not stay, whatever it is. Trying to find employees is just hard. Okay. But look at it this way. All right. So you're a small company. How are you supposed to find employees? You're not Walmart. You're not Taco Bell. Okay. Why would people want to go work at Taco Bell when they can work for you for more money? Taco Bell is a big name. Taco Bell's a huge name, and they have, a steady paycheck. Everything is, consistent because it's Taco Bell. But they're making minimum wage, and they're going to make more than minimum wage with you guys, probably way more than minimum wage. And it's how do you hunt down those employees? How do you hunt down those people? And you have to be actively doing it. Okay. So when I'm at McDonald's, when I'm at a local owned shop, when I'm at, Best Buy, I'm seeing these employees, and you can see which ones are good. You can definitely see which ones have a good head on their shoulders and which ones. I was just at Kroger just yesterday, King Super out here. I was just there yesterday, and the person checking out my groceries, okay, young kid, and I was like, wow, you got a great head on your shoulders. All right. The kid was composed. He was young. He was probably like really early 20s. And, next time I go there, and once I'm starting to hire, I'm going to hunt that kid down. I'm going to hunt that kid down, and I'm going to try and take him and employ him, because just the way he treated me, he was respectful. He was nice. He was just overall was great. Okay. So what do you do when you find those people that are working for another company? Talk to them. Hey, what's your deal? What are you looking for in life? What are you trying to do? Have you thought about doing lawn care? Have you thought about doing this? Tell them the benefits of you. All right. You got to hunt down people. Because everybody's got a job, and everybody's got a situation. Everybody's going to school. Everybody's doing this. Everybody's doing that. I can't do this because I got these bills. I can't do that because I got those bills. But you got to hunt down employees right now like you're trying to find work. All right. So if you're trying to find work right now, you're actively finding work. You are actively out there trying to find work, as in new customers, new homeowners, new business contracts, whatever it is. If you're trying to find more business and expand your business, you need employees. And when you're trying to do that, and if you're not out there hunting, you're not doing enough. If you just have your applications on Indeed, if you just have them on monster.com, if you just have them on Craigslist, and just waiting for them to come to you, it's the same thing with finding work. Same thing with finding work. If you are just waiting for it to come to you, it's not going to come, or it's just going to really slowly come and you might not get the best work. Okay. So you really got to be active. You got to be out there doing it, because you have to hunt these people down. So I'd love to hear your comments on this. Okay. Definitely comment. Okay. Because I want to hear your thought on this. Okay. I want you guys to be able to tell me what it is you're thinking with this, so we can answer this while I'm live. I would love to hear this stuff, because it's hard right now finding employees. The business is booming. All right. Everybody's out there. There's more than enough lawns to go around. There's absolutely more than enough lawns to go around. And what are you doing to find all those? Okay. So when you're bringing awareness, education brings awareness. Okay. Now, I would like to hear your thoughts on that. Comment, if what are your thoughts on telling the customer all of your secrets? How you do this, how you do that, what you're using to apply for fertilizer, what you're using, are you willing to tell everybody this stuff? Are you willing to show people this? Are you willing to, here we go. All right. Michael Bray. Let's hide this so I can see this. I'm always on the lookout. Stay in what I call phase one. Opportunity is plentiful, but ambition is not. Okay. Great point. Okay. So finding people that see your vision, for your company. Okay. That is hard to find. Okay. The ambition is not easy. So, all of you that are business owners, okay, you all took a chance on yourself. You all probably got told by coworkers in the past from previous companies that going out on your own probably was not a good idea. Bullshit. Bull. Okay. You get to live off of how your paycheck is what you make it. Okay. You get to grow your business as much as you want to grow your business. You get to work as much as you want to work, and you could potentially not work as much as you not want to work. Okay. Now, how you want to grow your business. Okay. So when you want to step back into a managerial role, you have this right here. Okay. So the big thing here is the ambition is hard to find. Okay. So ambition is super hard to find. All right. So I like to look at myself as a very good employee. All right. I've always gone above and beyond. I have never called in sick a day in my life. And then, I'm very ambitious. I want the next step. I've gone to every single one of my bosses and told them I want their job. And you know what? I've done it. I've gotten all their jobs and I'm moving up in the company. But you know what? I'm at a point in my life, and I'm at a point in where I'm wanting to do my own thing. Instead of building somebody else's brand, I want to build my own brand. Okay. So am I going to look for people that want to that are going to have the same dreams as me? Okay. So when you find those people, you're most likely training your future competition. Okay. But what's wrong with that? I don't see anything wrong with that. So you're essentially, if you think that they're going to take all your lawns, it's probably not true. Maybe if you leave on bad terms, they might want to try and take some of your work away from you. But, overall, there's more than enough lawns to go around. Most of this industry is, owner operated. So, but you can potentially grow into more. So when, let's say, how much do you want to give your employees? All right. So how much, I'm trying to think of the word here. How much are you willing to let them think? what is it that you want them to do? Okay. So you got to think about this as an employee. All right. It's hard to think of sometimes because you've been an owner for so long, or you just absolutely hated all your bosses because they were dicks, or they were just bad. Okay. I've gone through my fair share of bad bosses. The ones that constantly want to overlook you, they're micromanagers, or they're just plain dicks. They make your life hell for fun, whatever it is. They're always looking for problems rather than trying to create a better environment. So finding the ambition is hard, but you have to build your people, build them. And once you start building them and giving them the room to grow. So if, let's say, you hire somebody and you want to grow your business, okay? Or let's say you're not even looking to grow your business, but your employee is talking about, hey, we can really grow. We can hire another person and we can do this and this and this. Okay. What are you telling that employee? Are you telling them no? Are you telling them that that's a great idea? Let's go for it. That goes along with retainability. Okay. So let's say, your employee comes up to you and tells you that they think that they can help grow your business. Okay. Which is hard to find. Okay. And then you're like, oh, no. I've done this before and it didn't work and this and this and this. But you know what? It might work now, but now you're really pushing that guy away. Okay. So the opportunity to grow, that's what you really need to look for. Okay. If you don't want to grow, that's something you need to be upfront about with your employees, that, you're looking for just an extra guy to be a crew member. But if you're looking for someone to be potential manager, or someone that's going to be a crew, your crew lead, whatever it is, you need to provide the growth. People want to grow in companies. People want to grow. People want to grow. People want to grow. Not everybody's very big on asking for it. I'm a very open person. So if I want something, I'm going to tell you about it. I love to be up in your face. I'm very visual. I'm very hands-on. And if I don't know something, I'm going to ask the question, whether it's stupid or not, because, there is such thing as a stupid question. Absolutely. I have asked it multiple times, but it's a thing that happens with business. And when it comes to the opportunity and ambition, that's something you're going to have to do rollover. Okay. Some people just want a job. Others want to grow with a job. And usually the ones that want to grow with you is because you're giving them a great environment to grow with. Okay. Keep on bringing on comments, man. Talk more. I would love to hear anything else that anybody's got to say about it. Problems that they had with hiring, why they don't ever want to hire another person again, and they want to keep on, being their own boss with just them, because that a lot of companies do that. A lot of companies do that. I've been doing a lot of research into the industry, and the number of companies compared to the number of people in the industry is like literally double. So the number of companies is like half of the employees. It's pretty crazy. So a lot of these companies are either owner operated or owner and a helper operated. And then you got those few that are bigger. But it seems like generally it's like owner operated. I would love to hear why it is that some of these owners don't want to hire employees, or they don't want to scale, or they don't want to grow. Is it more of a hassle to have more customers? Is it more of a hassle to have employees? Because I honestly think employees are a nightmare. Employees cause drama. Employees, they want to talk back. They call out sick. They have all kinds of problems that are associated with having employees. Okay. But whatever. It is what it is. You have to do what you got to do. And so you have to rely on somebody sometime. Okay. You marry somebody because you rely on them. Okay. You get divorced because you can't rely on them anymore. But, it's a big battle. It's a big battle. I'm coming up on the end of this. So I really like bringing awareness to this everywhere. So what I'm going to plan on doing is I really plan on asking a lot of questions. I want to bring awareness to the customer bases. I want to bring awareness to everything. Okay. So with awareness comes education. With education comes awareness. Okay. So if you talk about it, if you are doing videos, if you are, what do you guys think of safety? Okay. That's something I don't really see whatsoever in these groups. I'll see some picture or a video of somebody that that cut their hand open or did something stupid. But have you thought about making safety videos? That's a huge thing right there. Safety is becoming really, really big in the business world. Okay. My company currently, the past 5 years that I've worked there, the past 3.5 years have been extremely safety awareness oriented. And we've taken a major shift into a very safe environment and basically restructuring the way we do things to be safe. So what are your thoughts on that? What do you think about safety? Okay. Now let me mention this. Okay. I did fire education. I have a degree in public safety. I was trying to be a firefighter for a long time. Did you know that before, so like in the 70s, that's when the oxygen tanks started coming into play for firefighters. Okay. And the firefighters that used them were called pussies. You were like, and then now it's nothing but, you cannot go into a house that's burning without an oxygen tank in there. Okay. So bringing safety on, no matter if it's an inconvenience or not, it is a big inconvenience. But if you're bringing awareness with safety, that can really help you out in a lot of ways. Got a few comments in here. Let's see. Okay. Dave, I think it's people have problems finding employees or good employees and fear not being able to keep them and keep up with expansion. Okay. So fear is what I read in that. Okay. Fear is not real. Okay. So fear is in your head. Fear is something of an excuse. In my vision and my thought process, the way I'm structuring my life is very positive oriented. And if it's something that I have to blame something else for, I'm just blaming something. All right. It's essentially me, not whatever it was. If I got into a car accident, do I blame the other person or do I blame myself? Okay. So I understand that you can get T-boned and blindsided, whatever. But ultimately, you could do something. Okay. There's a lot of things like that. And if you're using fear as an excuse that you can't find employees, I'm not saying, Dave, that you're, that's what I'm just explaining on your comments a little bit in my thoughts. So people finding good employees, people are fearful because the last one screwed them over. The last one ended up being big competition to them. The last one, made them lose 10 customers because they were, he quit on them just like that. Okay. So you can't be fearful of that kind of thing. Okay. So, Micah, what's a good way to keep employees motivated and enthusiastic about what we're doing? Okay. I love that. Okay. Meetings. That's my opinion. Okay. Communication within your company. So, I do constantly sales meetings. Okay. I have them every single day at work. And a lot of times it's just reading articles. And I hate that. I don't like reading them. I am more about, providing my own way of doing things. So when you're doing meetings, you're getting people's thoughts, you're getting people's opinions. And when you bring value to their opinions, they feel loved. Okay. So a small business is a family. Whether you think so or not, a small business is a family. You're very, very tight knit. Usually, if you're just on one truck, you're with that guy for 8 hours a day. You should get to know that person. When you're the boss, you need to be able to separate the boss between friend and employee. But, at the same time, you can still be friends and then just know when the line is drawn. And as long as you're very consistent, as long as you're very, easygoing about it, like you could be a dick, but at the same time, build your employees, don't put them down. If they come up with an idea, it's not, and let's say it's a bad idea. Okay. So let's say, one of your employees comes up with an idea to do something and it is really not something you want to do. Okay. No, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's not something you want to do. All right. Do you tell them it's stupid? Do you tell them absolutely not, we can't do that? Or do you be like, hey, that's actually a really good idea. Maybe down the line, we can really take a look at doing that. But it's just really not in the cards to do right now. It's about letting them down easy. Okay. We're in a total new generation. And everybody is sensitive. Everybody's sensitive. Everything's politically correct. Everybody's entire life is on social media and people are offended very easily nowadays. So, and it's not about, being nice. It's not about being, I guess mean in any ways. It's really, in my opinion, about just being a good person. Okay. So if you treat others the way you want to be treated, so look at it this way. If you were not a business owner, how would you want to be treated in a company? Would you want to be treated with value? Would you want your opinion to matter? And that's exactly why most of you guys started your own business, because you thought your opinion didn't matter. Your employer was an ass, whatever it is. But if you want to be treated that way, treat others that way. That's a great motto to live by. Great motto to live by. Thanks for the question, man. All right, Ken, you're on safety here. Do you bypass safety switches as mandated by the manufacturer? A no-no, chutes open, take guards off, trimmers, seat switches. Okay, so you should definitely follow all the safety precautions. Okay, so it might be easier to take off the guard of your weed whacker or weed eater, whatever you want to call them. But is it going to benefit you? Is it going to benefit you that much to be able to not have a guard? And so if you're not wearing safety goggles, if you're not, protecting yourself other ways, you're setting yourself up for failure. Okay, so safety is a big thing. Okay, so let's say you want to promote safety into your business. Okay, you are only 2-man crew. Okay, so what do? How do you promote safety? Okay, start recording. You record your guy, going and edging. Okay. And then you record him. And then when you go to the video, you edit it, you add your verbiage and what it is that he's doing, whether it's correct, whether it's wrong, what he should be doing, how he should be doing it. Cause you can make it educational along with safety oriented. And, it's not about putting people down. Okay. So I do a lot of mock sales, for my guys. So where I'll literally put them on the spot and have them do a sale in front of the other employees and I record the whole thing. Okay. But I really make it known when we're going to rewatch this and go over it and pick it apart. It's not about putting them down. It's not about laughing at them. It's not about pointing out what they did wrong. It's about showing things that you could be doing differently. Is showing things that could be a better way to do it. It could be it's positive reinforcement and bringing on education with it because they've been doing it for 5 years that same way, but they don't know they're doing it wrong. Okay, so it's not about being like, hey, you're an idiot. It's about, hey, have you thought about trying it this way? It might maybe take just this much longer, but it'll actually be a lot more proficient. It'll be a lot easier for you, and it'll be a lot safer. Okay, so it's just the way you word it and the way you do things with it. Brian, man, you crack me up. You really crack me up. I've been seeing all your workout videos and things like that, man. You're doing a great job, man. I really enjoy watching your videos. You're funny as hell. All right, here we go. Ken Silvers again. A man. Training, set standards and empower to make decisions. They must know values and set forth standards. They will be representing your company. Okay, so now have you thought about instead of you like, okay, not just going off of this. So empowering your employees. Okay. So you hire somebody, they've been with you for a while, and then they want to move up. You're only a small company. So how do you make him move up? You give him more power. Hey, you're going to be my safety coordinator. Okay. I would like you to figure out what ways that we can be safer, and then hire on a new guy, and you train, and then he can be a trainer and he can be a safety guy. And you guys are learning all together. Okay. When you're empowering your employees to be able to have more power, have more say, have more, be able to talk. Okay. Because I don't confront my bosses, but I pull them aside and I really talk to them. Okay. And if I need to talk to him, I'm waiting for him to talk to me. It's really going to be, if he's on the phone, I'm going to stand right in front of him until he's ready. And then I'm going to talk to him, because I want to be heard. I want to be heard, and I'm going to say what I need to say. And, but like, I'm a very outgoing person, and not everybody is like that. Not everybody is like that. All right. And that is absolutely right. Okay, Ken, safety starts at the top. Do company owners know the laws, OSHA standards? Okay. So this is where you bring on people to do this stuff for you. Okay. So if you you need to abide by these rules. Okay. So if you empower your employees to be the safety manager of your company, you cannot be like, well, I'm the owner, I'm just going to do my way. You can't do that. If you do that, then your employees are going to do the exact same thing. You're going to crap on the safety guy. Okay. In my company, everybody hates the safety guys. Everybody hates the safety guys because they're always calling people out. They're always, being like, hey, you're doing this wrong. Hey, you need to do this safe. Hey, you need to do this. Hey, you're fired because you did that. Okay. And when you give them the power to do it, you're giving them the power, and they're going to be responsible, and they're going to take it and run with it. Okay. So this is all I want to talk about today. I really want you guys to continue with the comments, continue with your thoughts on these things, because these are very important. Okay. If you're bringing awareness to your employees, if you're bringing awareness to your customers, if you're bringing awareness to yourself and being open-minded to the different things and the different levels of what it is. What is a pro? Okay, I'm going to answer this before I go. What is a pro? All right, Ken. I was going to answer your comment earlier, and I got a little distracted. Okay, so a pro, that is somebody that's knowledgeable. That is somebody that you can rely on. That is somebody that is going to be there. Okay, so I do not consider myself a pro in the lawn care industry. Okay, professionalism, is that what you want me to answer? So professionalism is showing respect. It's basically just like the golden rule, treating others the way you want to be treated. It's not going and putting people down. You really got to, if you're gonna be a professional, okay, look at it this way. So if you're a professional, you're not going to, how do I put this? Look at the way you like your uniforms. Okay. Do you let your employees dress in just whatever? Okay. So let's put it that way. So imagine rolling down the street, and you are a company that has uniforms. Okay. You have a shirt, you have your logo on there, and let's say you provide hats. You provide, the long, like the big long ones to keep your the back of your necks from the sun, whatever it is. If you're providing that kind of thing, and you have a consistent basis with your employees, that is professionalism. Okay. Now, if you have your employees just wearing whatever, okay, what are they going to wear? They're going to wear that old raggedy shirt that they don't care about because they're at work. They're going to wear that one with the holes in it. They're going to, just wear whatever and not care, but then look at it from the customer's point of view. Okay. So when you put the customer's point of view in there, there's this guy on my lawn that just looks like absolute crap that's mowing. All right. So that's a big thing. And then how are you talking to these customers? Okay. So let's say this customer comes outside and wants to offer you guys water and this and this and that, and just be nice. Okay. How are you responding? Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Or is it you just being like, I don't know, just being an ass? You know, like it's you have to treat everything as if it's your own. If you empower your employees to make the decisions, they're going to make the decisions. Whether it's the right decision or not, that's something that you can handle later. But hey, Brian, you need to replace your shirts. If they got holes in it, the customers see them holes. All right. It's being professional is a big thing. How you talk, how your verbiage is for the customer. Okay. Now, how you talk in the truck is how you talk in the truck. But once you hop out of that truck and the customer's around, it's a light switch. You got to flip it on. It's business. All right. And then when it comes to, your employees looking good, you want your employees to look good. All right. So how about this? Let me put it in this standard. Okay. So let's say you don't have any standards for how you mow your lawn. So you don't edge. You just mow and you don't edge. So you put your lawn sign up. Do you expect the neighbors to call you? Okay. So if the lawn doesn't look good after it's done, you don't weed eat, you don't edge, it doesn't, and then there's all these little frays everywhere. It's growing over the sidewalk. Do you expect the customer down the street to call you because you're doing a great job in that house? Okay. That's the way you got to think about it. Okay. It's through the customer's eyes. And when you think it or not, those customers are watching you. They're looking out their window. They're spying on you. They're watching. They're waiting for you to make the wrong move so they can call and complain or do something. It's just the way the society is. So it's integrity along with professionalism. All right. Doing things that are right all the time. Are your employees taking breaks on the neighbor's lawn? Just because the neighbor has a better tree or better shade, shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. Okay. You can take a break. Like if you're at the job site for a long time, you need to figure out where you're going to take breaks. Okay. That's something you need to pre-plan, because it doesn't look professional when you're chilling on the neighbor's lawn across the street under a tree and that neighbor's sitting there looking out the window. Like, who are these people? You like my smile, Brian? Here, I'll smile for you. Thanks, bud. I appreciate that. That's a very nice thing to say. See, it makes you smile. See, that kind of thing, treating others the way you want to be treated. You give out nice comments, you give out you treat people with respect, you're going to get it back. I don't really have too many people trying to be an ass to me. It doesn't really happen too often because I'm always walking around with a big smile. I'm always walking around pretty happily, and it gets reciprocated most of the time. I get people that are mad and angry, but usually I can calm them down by just smiling, being nice. Okay. So I'm going to end it now. I went a little bit over about 15 minutes. But things to think about. Okay. I want you guys to bring awareness to this industry. This is a great industry to be in. This is a great time to be in this industry. I think that there's a lot of opportunity here. I think there's a lot of room for growth throughout the entire industry. And spreading the word, not only through the businesses to other businesses, but to customers, finding new employees, bringing people on and changing the stereotype of what this industry is. Okay. I would love to hear what you think the stereotype is. Okay. Being in the industry for so long. I'm thinking about, getting some people on, and asking them, what they think the stereotype is of the industry and try and raise awareness inside the industry about that. Okay. So I would love to hear more answers. I would love to hear, topics you'd like me to discuss. I would love to get people on here with me and talk with me, because, I really like that kind of interaction. Waiting for people to comment is cool, but I really like having somebody that I can talk to and bounce ideas off of, because, there's a lot in this industry and we need to bring awareness. We need to make this amazing, because I totally believe in this industry. I am a total supporter, total believer, and I am 150% all in. If these past few months haven't shown you that yet, just keep waiting, keep watching, because I'm in this for the long haul. Here we go. MC Lawn Care. We always make a good impact in lawn care business. The way we talk, the way we dress, and a special on service. Yep. Okay, so that's great. All right, when you bring standards, when you bring on the professionalism, it's going to show. It's going to show, and it's going to help your business, and it's going to help people get word of mouth. Let's spread awareness. Let's spread the word. Have some fun. Enjoy your days. And guess what, guys? Guess what? Spring is almost here. For some of you guys, I can see a lot of you guys are picking up a lot of work. My grass is still dormant. I'm starting to see little bits of green out there. But guess what, guys? It's all coming. It is coming. It is coming, and it's coming fast. All right. So get your stuff ready, get everything in order, and get out there and have some fun, guys. All right. I will talk to you guys all next week, only here on Lawn Care World. All right. So, Brian, God, man, you kill me. I'm going to put this up there. Yeah. Never pick your butt in front of a customer. That is definitely good advice. Thanks for the last laugh at the end, bud. That's you kill me, man. All right. Every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern, I will be on here talking about everything, raising awareness and bringing the new way of business along. So I can't wait to talk to you guys next week. All right. Hit me up.